the sort of 5-step process. First, make your requirements less dumb. Your requirements are definitely dumb. It does not matter who gave them to you. It's particularly dangerous if a smart person gave you the requirements, because you might not question them. And whatever requirement or constraint you have, it must come with a name, not a department. Because you can't ask the department, you have to ask a person. Yeah. And that person who's putting forward the requirement or constraint must agree that they must take responsibility for that requirement. Otherwise, you can have a requirement that basically an intern 2 years ago randomly came up with off the cuff, and they're not even at the company anymore.
Right.
But it came from the, let's say, aeroloads department. They're like, actually, no one in the aeroloads department actually currently agrees with that. This is, by the way, happened several times. Step 2, delete the part or process step. If you're not deleting a part or process step at least 10% of the time, basically, if you're not adding things back in 10% of the time, you're clearly not deleting enough. Only the third step is simplify or optimize. The third step, not the first step. The reason it's the third step is because it's very common. It's possibly the most common error of a smart engineer is to optimize a thing that should not exist.
Right.
Okay. Right. And you say, well, why would people do that? Well, everyone's been trained in high school and college that you got to answer the questions, convergent logic.
Yep. So
you can't tell the professor your question is dumb, that you'll get a bad grade. You have to answer the question.
Yep.
So everyone's basically, without knowing it, they got like mental straitjacket on. Get to step 4, which is accelerate cycle time. You're moving too slowly, go faster. But don't go faster until you have worked on the other 3 things first.
Gotcha.
Like if you're digging, you know, your grave, don't dig it faster. Stop digging your grave. And the final step is automate. Now I have personally made the mistake of going backwards on all 5 steps, multiple times. So I have to repeat this. Yes, multiple times on Model 3, where literally I automated, accelerated, simplified, and then deleted. Like one example I've talked about before is like there were these like fiberglass mats at the top of the Model 3 battery pack that were in between the floor pan and the battery. And it was at one point choking the battery pack production line, and I was like basically living on the battery pack production line, like trying to fix the line. Because it was like choking the entire Model 3 production program. So the first mistake was we should not have. I like try to fix the automation.